back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is Greener Grass and I'm Danae. This is a continuation of my Life in Spain series, and I'm going to be talking about a very important topic, social life. So we've kind of covered, the important things, finding a place, transportation, all that. Now it's time to relax and make some friends, I would say making friends is probably the easiest thing to do. As stressful as everything else is, making friends is really, really easy. Because I'm a part of a program, I'm teaching here, and I'm going to be posting videos about that. So if you're curious about how the hell is Danae out here teaching English in Spain, is she qualified? Not really. But I will be talking about the program that I'm in, and if you're interested in doing it yourself, then give that video a watch. Anyways, back to social life. So making friends here, ridiculously easy. Again, because I'm in a program, there are a bunch of other people that are doing the same thing as me, so we're able to kind of form a little community of English teacher assistants, whatever. Oxes is what we're called. But yeah, so that's how I made most of my friends, because there are a bunch of like Facebook group chats and WhatsApp chats for my program, to share information about how to fill out that application form, or my school is doing X, Y, or Z, what do I do? So it's like it's a typical Facebook chat, support, help, questions, whatnot, but it's also how we make our friends. It's how we build our communities. Yeah, it's really easy, because you're all here, you don't know anybody. Most of us don't have any family here, most of us don't have any friends here. Some people do the program with a friend, so they have like a good starting point, but we're pretty much starting from zero, starting from nothing. So those Facebook chats and the WhatsApp chats are like a good way to make friends. If you're not a part of the program, you're here, for school, or you're here for a weekend, the Erasmus, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's what the European kids use for like their study abroad. That's literally it. So people from Holland, Germany, London, literally everywhere in Europe, they will come and do like a semester abroad, or a full year, or their full 4-year stint of university here, and they're here on Erasmus is what they're called. So they have like organizations, and they plan like excursions, they plan club nights, they do it all. I highly recommend following all of their Instagram accounts. I'll post them below. That's how, I've met a couple of friends, but that's pretty much my primary source of like entertainment, I guess, because, they do like trips to smaller cities, they do trips around all of Spain, they do trips to Portugal, Morocco, Andorra. Because like it's not just Valencia that has like the Erasmus, it's also like Barcelona and Madrid and Andalusia as well. So like you can follow those Instagram chats and like go on their trips even though you're not in that city. I know a lot of people that do that. But yeah, so they plan excursions. I've gone on quite a few. I did their Portugal trip, I went on their Morocco trip, and the like big excursion trips, they're very low budget, very, very cheap, so you get your bang for your buck. Like when we went to Portugal, I think we were there for 5 days and we saw like 7 different cities, and the trip itself was like under $400. So you're getting like quality for your money. Like it's not a high quality, expensive, like luxurious trip, but you're seeing pretty much a whole country for like under $400. So highly recommend. People have their issues with Erasmus trips because they are very low budget, but I'm cheap as hell, so I don't mind. Aside from like their big trips, they do like trips to smaller cities, like I said, but they also plan like club nights, so you can get into the club for free if you like sign up online, depending on the night and depending on the club. What else do they do? They do like language exchange nights, like at least once a week. So if you want to practice your Spanish, you want to practice your French, your German, whatever, because there are people that speak all of those languages here. So they give you ample time, like ample opportunities to practice that. It's also a great way to make like friends if you're an international student. I personally haven't, like I've met a couple of Erasmus kids, but like again, kids, I feel like I'm a bit too old to be hanging around with like 18, 19-year-olds. Not that I'm much older than that, but you know, it's nice to have people that are closer to your age, being a mid 20-year-old. Yeah, so club nights, and that comes in clutch because sometimes you can get into Mia for free as opposed to paying 25 euros for entry. Yeah, let me check my notepad, see what else I had written down. But yeah, no, the Erasmus is definitely like the primary source of like entertainment. They also do like tours around the city, so it's a great way to like, you know, familiarize yourself with the city. I brought my bike from Canada, so I've kind of taken it upon myself to explore the city on my own as opposed to doing like a guided tour. Also, the teachers at my school were very much so knowledgeable about the city, so you know, I kind of got my information from them as well. But yeah, highly recommend following all of their Instagram posts because like each account will like specialize in one thing, kind of like they all plan similar things, but one Erasmus account like really focuses on parties, another one really focuses on like bigger trips, another one really focuses on like little smaller day excursions. But yeah, so that's another great way to meet friends. They do like hiking trips all the time. Great way to meet friends, meet new people. Another way, just simply walking around and talking to people. I'm not the most social, but you know, after I've had a couple of drinks, I'm a social butterfly. So you know, leaving the club, you hear somebody speaking English, you're like, oh my god, I've done this a couple of times actually, where like these girls were like speaking English. I'm like, oh my god, you speak English, what's your Instagram? And then now you have a new friend. But yeah, again, and I think because everybody's so far from home, everyone's a bit softer and warmer and willing to, you know, make friends. As for the locals, and I feel like this is just kind of like an issue no matter where you go, people have their lives established and it's not like they're necessarily looking for new friendship. I mean, if they're a university student, you're a university student, then yeah, whatever. But like me, when I was back home, I wasn't looking for new people to talk to, you know. I had my group, I had my people, that was it, the end. But these organizations and simply the fact that like, you know, the city's overrun by like international students, so it's not hard. You'll find friends. Other things to do in the city, and other ways to meet friends, going to bars. There's one bar in particular, and I will cover this in the nightlife video, but there's one bar where it's like literally all English speakers, called St. Patrick's or St. Pat's. It's where all of the international kids hang out. And by kids, sometimes I do mean children. Like the last time I was there were a couple of girls that were like 16, and I'm like, I'm not talking to you. I'm gonna pretend you don't exist, because why do you have a beer in your hand? But they're also very liberal about that here. Like, I've heard stories of like some of the people in my group last year were teaching at a high school, and they would like, their high school kids would invite them out to the club, and it's like, you're 13, what do you mean club? But they will be 12, 13, 14 hitting the club. It's a real thing here. Yeah. And again, I will cover this in my nightlife video because it deserves its own video. But bottom line, making friends in the city, 10 out of 10, very easy to do, and you know, sometimes the connections actually do last. It's bittersweet though, because while I say it can last, I've made a couple of friends that I, have gotten very close with, but we're only here for a certain amount of time, and especially if they live on the other side of the world, it kind of sucks, you know, but that doesn't mean, you know, the friendship won't last, obviously. But yeah, that's another issue. Like, people are very transient, you know, in and out, whether or not they're studying, they're here on vacation for a couple of days. So that can make things a bit difficult, but yeah, I would say it's pretty easy to make friends. So dating, I guess I should include this in the social life video because it is, you know, a part of social life. Maybe I'll do a separate video for this because I feel everyone has their own type, and I feel like if you have a certain type, you'll do fine here. If you don't appreciate a certain type, you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be chronically single while being here. But yeah, we'll talk about it in another video. Don't worry about that. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll put the captions in the link below, like the Instagram accounts in the link below. I'm not even saying that right, but whatever. I'll put. That's all I got for you guys today. I will put all of the links below. Follow, subscribe, and see you next time.